All right, all right, all right, all right. Hey, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. How's everybody doing? Welcome to your session today. How to start and grow your consulting and online training business very, very fast without trying to figure everything out because we've done that for you. Hey, Coach Phil here. And just to check in with everybody, if you can hear my voice and you can see the slide, just type a 9 in the chat box. Just put a 9 in there so that I can see that you guys can hear me and that you can see the slide. If you can hear and see the slide, give me a 9 in the chat box right now. And you can also tell me where you are calling in from this afternoon, morning, evening, wherever you are. All right, tell me who is there, where you calling from, and if you can hear me, give me a thumbs up and a 9 in the chat box right now. We are ready to go. All right, wonderful. Kennedy, Lydia, Morris, where you guys from? Tell me where you're from. Dora, do you want to refresh? Benoni from Johannesburg, welcome. Sonja, let's go. Sonja, welcome. Okay, who else is there? Grace, hey, mama watoto, sema mambo, habari ya leo. Karibuni sana, mama nyumba ndogo. Wonderful, great to see everybody here. I can only see the first slide. Yes, Morris, just be a little bit patient. Okay, where's everybody from? Morris, karibuni sana, boss. We're going to do what we have to do. Victor, karibu. Who else is here? We're going to be rocking and rolling in about in about a minute or so. I just wanted to make sure that you can hear me and you can see. Lydia, yes, we're starting right now. You're just in time. You're just in time. We're just waiting to make sure everybody who's in the waiting room is in here. Okay, karibu, karibu, karibu. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Who else is here? Who else is on the line? I see people from Nairobi. I see people from Uganda, Kampala. I see people from Cameroon. Philomena, karibu, karibu, karibu. Jack, karibu. Yes, let's do this. Let's do this. Okay. Welcome, welcome, welcome to your how to start and grow your consulting and online training business fast without trying to figure out all the moving parts and trying to figure out what works and what doesn't work. We're going to give you everything that you need to know in this particular lesson. Now, today, for only those of you who are serious enough to stay on up to the end, only those who stay up to the end, I will do two things for you. Number one, I will make you an amazing offer. Number two, I will give you the link to get your first package that you can go and start with. We call it the starter pack. Okay, you can take that away and you can go and start your consulting business today. All right, right now. Okay, and then of course all the super valuable slides. These slides are amazing. I tell you. This is a course in itself that is bound to be sold at a certain stage. And then, of course, I will give those of you who stay up to the end a gift for you to go to the next level if you stay up to the end. Okay, so let's do this. In our small time together, my goal is to make a big impact in the following ways. Number one is to create and give you confidence where there was once uncertainty. If you do have any uncertainty and you don't know where to start or how to start, I'm going to give you the confidence to go out and make it happen. Number two, to give you clarity where there was once confusion. Where do I start? What do I do? How do I do it? You're in the right place. Number three, how to unlock within you the true potential you have to make your dent in the universe, whatever that is for you, because I totally believe every one of us has got something special in them. And that is probably why you're on this call this afternoon. Yet, if nothing else, okay, I am here to make you money. I hope that you are here to make some money yourself, okay, as you build and scale your consulting and online training business this afternoon. Now, who is this training for? This training is for those caged employees who now realize how fragile a job is. And I think this corona thing has really brought it home that your job is so fragile. Most importantly, that you know what? There's no security in having a job because anything could go down. Anything could change, okay? Number two, those who feel it is time for you to upgrade your life, your status, and serve the world with your message. You're a coach, you're a mentor, you have something, you want to take it out there to more people, you want to serve a little bit more confidently. and make money doing it, then this is definitely for you. And then, of course, for you struggling consultants who want to master, with all consultants, there's only one thing. There's the only way you make money is if you have people coming into the funnel, okay? And we're going to be sharing how do you do one of those? How do you create a funnel where there's client acquisition that helps you to grow? And then, of course, those smart students who know it is a smart idea to use the best skills in communication and persuasion to start and grow your online business. Guess what? Everything is online now. Everything is going online. We have no choice. Or those of us who were there a little bit early, we're now happy that everybody can get on the bandwagon. Then, of course, if your heart gravitates towards becoming a world-class consultant, speaker, trainer, somebody who actually makes a difference out there, but does it at the highest level and is not a mediocre player, then naturally this is for you. My goal is for two kinds of people, to help two kinds of people. Number one, for those of you who are just beginners, okay, you will get the entire new framework of how to build from scratch your new business as an online world-class speaker, trainer, consultant from scratch, okay? And you will benefit from your passions and experiences and succeed at an unbelievable rate. Why? The people who have engaged with us, that is exactly what is going on in their lives. And then the second kind of person, my goal is for you who are more experienced people. Probably you've been consulting for 2, 3, 4 years, but you feel, you know what, now is the time to go to the next level. Now is the time to start doing things differently. Now is the time for you to scale. Then, of course, I'm here to share with you how to optimize, how to attract the right clients, how to increase momentum so your business grows faster, so that you get those building blocks that can make you a happier person while you serve and you're winning every day. And ultimately, the goal for everyone here is to help you start and exponentially grow your consultancy and online training business fast. That is it, period, okay? Now, the goal for us as a team is to get you your first paying client within 50 days or less, for those of you who are just starting. For those who are already there, is to amplify what you already have, okay? And the best way by far, okay, this is the 4-step framework that I'm going to share with you here, which we call the world-class consultants and online trainers with Audacity framework, okay? So this is what I need from you since you've decided to take some time out here. This is also what I got to say at this stage. I honor you. I honor your time. I respect you. And for that, I will do my best to give you the best value for this time. I respect that you've taken time out, and I honor that. However, this is what I need from you. Nothing bothers me more than anything than giving you a wonderful solution and then running into you years later or hearing from you years later and you fail to take the opportunity, okay? And are still clinging hopelessly to your problem or never having started. That really hurts me more than anything else. I know, because I have been in the business for such a long time. I see so many people, they come for the sessions. 2 people sitting in the same room, same information, same person teaching, and then the results 2, 3 years later are totally different because somebody stuck to their little comfort zone and failed to have the desire and courage to believe and do what they have to do in life. So this requires a real commitment, and this is my first challenge and request from you. I want you to commit to your mission and your dreams, and the only way you can do that, the only way you can demonstrate that is by implementation. Okay, it is the only differentiator. How many people do you know who go for a seminar and then 10 years later, some people are seriously making things happen and some people are not? The difference is the implementation. Okay, everybody gets the same knowledge. It is just how well do you implement. All right, now I want you to commit to me today and say, you know what, coach, I am going to be disciplined. I'm going to have a big time desire. I'm going to work hard and implement everything that I am going to hear today, because I tell you what, when you do, it changes your life forever. As Les Brown says, you need to make a commitment. And once you make it, then God and the universe will conspire to give you answers. This is just a fact of life, okay? And if that is the case, I want to ask you right now, is it a deal? Are you here to actually complement, to actually implement? Are you here to do something different for your life? Are you here to do something that is going to change your life forever? If you are not, then it is not a deal. If it is a deal, I need you to give me a thumbs up in the chat box right now and tell me, yes, coach, it's a deal. Where are you? Where are you? Okay, is it a deal or not? Is it a deal or not? Come on, I need you to commit, okay? Just for this afternoon, the 1.5 hours you're going to spend here with me, I need you to commit to something, okay? I need to commit and say, you know what, I'm going to do this, all right? Okay, let's go. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, Granville, Morris, okay, Emily, wonderful. Now, this is also an amazing, amazing time to be on this call, and I'll tell you why. This is not like any other of those other free webinars you're seeing out there, and people. No, this is a real deal, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why right now. Okay, number one, the job market is changing, whether you want or not. It has been changed. Okay, end of story. Okay, but also during my research, I discovered that 58 million guys, 58 million people across the world are doing freelance work. That means that they are not employed. That means that if they're employed, they do something part-time on the side. That means out of 7.8 billion people, 58 million out of those are doing freelance work. They're consultants, they're working from home. And most importantly, Forbes estimates that this is going to increase over 47% in 2020. It's even going to increase more because what? Because of COVID, all right? Now, what does that mean for you? That means that number one, full-time jobs are becoming rarer to get and diminishing by the minute. Okay, so if you're depending on a full-time job, you're in trouble. Number two, consulting jobs are becoming more popular and easier to get. That's why I tell you this is an amazing time to be on this call. By the way, two things. Number one, I'm not here to give you motivation. No, I'm here to push you, to challenge you. Most important, to inspire you to start sharing your message, to inspire you and push you to say, you know what, you've been thinking about it. Now that things have changed, two things have happened, okay? One, the consulting opportunity is huge, okay? Why? Because of how much it is increasing, okay? But most importantly, the internet has broken down the traditional walls. So you can't say, oh, because I'm here, I can't serve this. No, you can't, okay? Modern technology allows anybody to start their own consulting business from home, anywhere on the planet, with just a cell phone and a laptop, guys. Just a cell phone and a laptop, okay? You can reach literally anybody through online channels such as Facebook, ads for pennies, such as Twitter, whatever, okay? Most importantly, every day people are able to start their own 7-figure consulting business from home without fancy qualifications. You don't even need a qualification. You just have something good to teach somebody. You just have to find a way to package it the way we teach you here, and then be able to promote it and position yourself without any expensive overheads. So there's no, that is why, number one, I'm excited for you. Number two, I'm like, hey, it is your time. You're not here by mistake. So let's do this. Most importantly, first things first, okay? Let's get rid of the myths. Number one, is it possible? Absolutely. Why? It doesn't matter where you are right now. It doesn't matter which part of the world. Let me tell you, in my research, I discovered there's a lady in Australia and she does knitting. Knitting, Knitting. She knits and she teaches people online how to knit. She's got a good niche. I'll be talking to you about that, or niche, whatever you want to call it. Okay. She makes $120,000 per year teaching people how to knit. So you can tell me that it's not possible. It is possible. It doesn't matter where you are. But let me also tell you about these two guys. Okay. This gentleman is 89. Okay. And this young lady is 82. I met these guys at a seminar. Okay, I'd gone to do a seminar by T. Harv Eker, and I met these guys, and they were still there. They were still learning. They were fresh. They were active. They were dancing. They were taking notes. And I thought to myself, wow, it is not your past that determines who you are. It is who you're becoming in the present moment. Okay, so is it possible for you? Yes, you don't have any excuse as long as you are below 70 years. Okay, now, I am not the first person to tell you about this. Nothing I'm talking about now is the first time you're hearing. No, I know you've heard it before. But I want to be the first person who pushes you over the edge. I want to be the first person who tells you now is the time. You can't afford to go back to your comfort zone. No, now is the time to stop the excuses, okay? And this is why I also say if you're a man or a woman, you're married, I want you to turn around, look at your family right now, look at your children, look at your husband, look at your wife and your children, and tell me, are you happy with what you've done so far? When you look at them right now, straight in the eye, if they asked you, is this the best you can do? Would you say yes? I want you to be honest with yourself, okay? It has been said, one of the things that keeps pushing me, one of my mentors says that timid salespeople have skinny kids, not skinny kids, but malnourished kids. Okay, I want you to think about that. Okay, so I'm not the first one, but I'm saying face your fears, whatever fears they are. Guess what? Most of those fears are in the past. They have nothing to do with you right now. Most importantly, the future is there for you to create. So now is the opportunity to say, you know what? I have been in the traditional way of things for a long time. Now is my time to step up. Why? Two things. Number one, the internet has opened up. Number two, the chances for failure have been diminished. Get the right people in your corner and things will happen. Also, if you hadn't noticed, now you will notice that the big corporations do not necessarily care about you that much. How many people, if you've been unlucky enough, or how many people have you seen who have been laid off right now? Okay, the job market is upside down. Why? Big corporations kept people in positions. They don't want you to move. They don't want you to learn because they just want to use you for where you are. Now the things have turned around and they say, hey, due to Corona and restructuring, we are sorry, we're going to have to pay you off. Now you learn that the job is not comfort anymore, okay? Now, I also know that some of you are suspicious. Who's this guy? Will it work for me? Hey, I appreciate that, okay? And you can continue to be as suspicious as you want. It's okay. But what I also want you to do is I want you to take a bet on yourself. I want you to trust yourself. I want you to say, you know what? I've got dreams. I've got dreams to go to places and meet mentors, to go to beautiful places and go around the world and spend time and money with the people that I love. I've got dreams for a dream house. I've got dreams to be able to take my children to the best schools. Whatever those dreams are, consulting is one of the best vehicles to get that done. And maybe this is what pushes you off, okay? Now, is there time investment? Without a doubt. There is a time investment, and there is also an investment from a money point of view, from an effort point of view. If you're uncomfortable with that, now is the time for you to get off, go and drive your Uber, or do whatever else you got to do, because guess what? It is not for the faint-hearted, and it is not for the people who don't want to put in the time. But I'll also tell you that when you follow what we're about to share with you, competition becomes irrelevant. Why? There is 7.8 billion people on the planet, or 7.7 actually. Now, out of those, I'm sure 1,000 people can learn from you. Now, if you only get those 1,000 and each one of them pays you $100 per month for the next 3 years, how much money do you want? You don't have to compete if you follow what we have to share with you in this session today. Now, you might be wondering, who's this guy? My name is Phil Campbell, also known as Coach Phil. I am a high-performance million-dollar consultant. I've been in the business for 18 years, guys. I'm the creator of the world-class speaker and consultant trainings and the Winner's Mindset events. And of course, this one for the consultants with Audacity, okay? 18 years in consulting and learning. I am a student, first and foremost, okay? Over 10,000 students worldwide, okay? My mantra has always been Audacity to do whatever it takes, okay? I do whatever it takes to achieve my dreams. I do whatever it takes for my clients. I do whatever it takes for my children. I do whatever it takes for my partner. Whatever it takes, I do. My ultimate vision is to positively inspire 1 million consultants. And probably that is why you're on this line, and probably that is why you are here, because I think it's a mission for me, but I'm also obsessed to leave the world a better place for my grandchildren. That is why I am on this call today. Now, how did I get here? I'll tell you as well that I have this belief in God, okay, and the universe, and I'm telling you that somehow along the way, the universe has got a way of telling you your truth and pulling you towards your vision all through your life. You just have to notice and take faithful action. Let me explain. Somewhere in your life, as you're growing up, there's certain things that you find are so easy for you today to do. There's certain things that you find yourself doing with joy and love, and time goes and you don't even realize. Whereas other people might think it's hard work, you find it easy to teach. You find it easy to talk to people about it. Somehow the universe throws all these hints along the way. The challenge is that we kind of shut them down because we want to live like everybody else. We want to conform to what other people want. We want to conform to tradition. Oh, you got to go to school. You got to go and then get a degree and then do all this stuff and then probably get married, get children and die. Okay? Guess what? I am here to say to you that, hey, you just got to wake up and notice. Most importantly, take the opportunity right now to teach something, to consult on something. Now, how did I get here? I was working in a dead-end job. I was working hard. I was working really hard. I used to work at Heathrow Airport, okay? And I used to live in a place called Barking. I used to take 2 hours to go. On a good day, it was 1.5 hours. On a bad day, it was 3 hours, okay? To go and then another 2 hours to come back. So I spent on average 4 hours a day on the road, okay? And the job, I was never going to go anywhere with the job, okay? Even if in my head I thought I could, it is until I left it that I realized there was a cap on how much I could do. I was in a dead-end job. I was going nowhere. Okay, I was building somebody else's dream. Okay, somebody seated somewhere in the USA was a shareholder, was getting paid dividends while I hustled away. And because I worked so hard, I worked 5 days. Okay, and I always had the Sunday off. And during the Sunday, I would spend time in the pub. Okay, I would go to the pub at around 9 o'clock and I would drink the entire day up to evening. If you know anything about pubs, you can enter, you can have your breakfast, you can have your lunch, you can have your dinner, everything else. I had a partner at the time. Boy, did she have a miserable life. Why? I was dreaming that I could do good. Okay, I was dreaming that I could, but I was never doing. Okay, I had a good life, but the quality of living was poor. I was trapped in traditional expectations. What my mom expected, what my sisters, my brothers expected, okay? Most importantly, I was my biggest problem because I doubted myself like crazy, okay? During that time, as I was going through that, then something happened. One day I was on the night shift and something somehow, just went off in my head. And I said, I can't do this anymore. I just got fed up and I quit my job. I said, you know what? I'm done. Then I was sitting at home for about 2 weeks, and then a friend of mine who helped me start this journey, Jimmy, he comes to me and says, he calls me and says, hey, I'm going to meet this guy, and this guy is a multi-millionaire, and I'm going to meet him because I want him to help me to buy a house. I said, what did you say? He said, yes, I'm going to meet this guy. His name is Jeff. He's a multi-millionaire here in London, and he's Uganda. I said, you're crazy. I said, I want to meet a millionaire because I have never met a millionaire. Why? I was hanging out with people who wash cups and cook food for airplanes. I was not hanging out with millionaires. I got up and I said, you know what, Jimmy, I'm coming with you because I want to meet this guy too. So we go and meet this guy. And on meeting this guy, initially he's simple guy, simple life, but there's something about him. He was smart, he was driving a Jaguar, and his language was polished. I was thinking, okay, this is cool, all right? Then after the discussions of buying a house, I said to him, hey, do you have any jobs? He said, no, I don't have any jobs. I said, come on, can I just hang around for a little while at least? Let me just come and hang around and see what happens here. The guy said, you know what? I don't employ. I have a lean operation. There's only 2 people here, my girlfriend and some guy who opens and closes downstairs. That's it. I said, listen, I'll come and help the guy who opens and closes downstairs. Let me just hang around. After pushing a lot more, the guy allowed me to stay. Sometimes the universe has a way of telling you your truth. You just got to listen. Then about 2-3 weeks later, Jeff comes back in the mid-afternoon. He comes back, he jumps out of his car, he's excited, and he says, guys, Les Brown is coming to London and I'm bringing him. So, I see the wife is celebrating. The girlfriend at the time is like, yay! And then the other guy's like, yeah. And I'm looking at them thinking, these guys are crazy. Who is Les Brown, first of all? Oh, man. Guess what? Jeff gave me that look of, you're here hanging out with me and you don't even know who Les Brown is. The truth is, 20 years ago, I didn't know who Les Brown was, okay? Les Brown, if you don't know, is the grandfather, the maestro, the most awesome inspirational speaker out there, all right? So this guy's bringing him to town, and because I was there, somehow he says to me, okay, listen, since you're here, I know you can't afford to enter, but I want you to get these 10,000 flyers, take them around London, give them at supermarkets, whatever, do whatever it takes so that many people know about this so we can have people in the room. I have never worked so hard. It was cold. It was a November, December kind of situation. I was giving leaflets out, supermarkets. I even went to black churches giving out, and I was actually thrown out of a black church. Talk about hypocrites. And I said to them, it's a black guy bringing some motivation. They said, no, you can't do this here. Anyway, I digress. So guess what? The day comes and Les Brown is in town. I am me here. I'm wearing my big suit. This suit was so bad. It was so ugly, but I didn't care because Jeff told me you got to be smart in a suit and tie. Okay. That is Jeff there. That is his girlfriend. And then, of course, the man himself, Les Brown. Now, guess what? Friday comes. I am sitting outside and I'm the guy who's, registering everybody coming in. And then guess what? 100 people, 200, 300, 400, 500 people. And I'm thinking, what the hell? 500 people are coming to just hear some guy speak This is crazy. Why? I had never been to a seminar. I didn't know what it means. Okay. Anyway, 500 people come in, and then after that they close the doors, and I'm still sitting outside waiting for 1 or 2 people to come in, and then the seminar starts. The seminar starts, and it's powerful. There's music, there's dance, and then the first person comes on, and they're talking about real estate. The second person comes on and is talking about networking, and then the man himself comes on stage. The room goes crazy. Now I'm sitting outside thinking about where am I going to get lunch today. And then all of a sudden I hear a man's voice. It's deep, it's powerful. And the guy says, you got to be hungry. I got a message for somebody here today. And I'm thinking, wait a minute. And then he says, you got to learn. You got to earn. You got to pass it on. And he repeated it the second time. I'm here to say, if you're above this age, you got to learn something, earn from it and pass it on. And then he broke it down. Learn, go to school, earn, work for somebody else, pass it on, become a consultant, become a speaker, trainer. I stood up from outside. I entered the room. You know, the guards were trying to stop me. I said, don't you even dare touch me, because I think Les Brown came to town to speak to me. I actually, up to this day, I am super grateful to Jeff for having allowed me, because I think Les Brown was there for me, because that is the day I decided I was going to become a world-class speaker trainer. And like they say, the rest is history. I then went crazy. I decided to go across the world looking for the best of the best. I went and met this guy, okay, Randes, one of the best marketers on the planet. I wanted to find out, how do you market yourself? Then I met this other guy, Tadlock. He's an amazing trainer. He trains for T. Harv Eker. This was in San Antonio. This is actually where I met the other couple that I showed you, the guys up there, the 89 and 82-year-old. This guy was a trainer. I wanted to know, why is he so charismatic? He told me what he had to tell me. Then I went crazy. I did all kinds of certificates. I did my firework. Damn, 2007 is when I did a firework. That is just crazy. I learned everything you can learn about speaking, training, consulting, hypnotherapy, you name it, NLP. I did all that stuff all the way back in 2007. And then after that, I was like, okay, what do I do? I said, I'm going to go teach this stuff. Okay, now that I've learned, I'm going to go teach. Now, what makes me different, you might ask? Number one, I've done it all. I started from scratch. Nobody gave me no money, nothing. I built everything from scratch, from the bottom, all the way up, in about helping others, okay? I'm a practical guy. I don't do theory stuff. I don't go to Google and Google stuff. No, I have seen all kinds of trainings. I invest in a lot of trainings. I invest in a lot of books, in a lot of theories. I get them, I synthesize them, and then bring them out and create something that I know can make a difference, okay? I've invested it is now coming to $80,000. I need to make that better. $80,000 of my own money for 10 years of some real deep study. And I'm a practitioner. I'm not a theorist, okay? I am actually a practicing consultant, speaker, world-class speaker trainer. I've spoken across the world. I do some amazing stuff. Now, with all this stuff, I said, you know what? Now I'm going to teach this stuff like I'm a madman. Then when I started to teach, something amazing started to happen. These are my students. They started to get results. They started to open up companies, okay? Like this young, beautiful lady here called Jennifer. Jennifer is one of my most awesome ladies, okay? She went on to open a company after attending the training, okay? It's called Lisho Wellness, okay? She's an amazing nutritionist, okay? When I met her, she was a marketer. Now she's a nutritionist. She's making amazing differences in people's lives. This is what she said. To be honest, after 3 days, I was different. The training added something more. There's nothing as beautiful as discovering your true purpose. That training did it for me. And then, of course, the one, the only Mr. Firewalker himself. This guy is based in South Africa, Mr. Cobus Visser. This is what he said after attending a training. He said, before the training, I was just a finance guy. But now I have found what I love to do. I change people's lives with my trainings and firework sessions. Another very important thing I got was how to turn my skills into a successful business. That is why you're here today. And I get paid to do what I love to do, okay? In fact, recently he was on one of those real online summit seminars. That is him there. Why? Because of the stuff that he learned from me. Now, when I began to get success, then I started to do what I love to do. And this is my invitation to you. I started to go out. I learned how to make people walk on fire. I dived out of planes. I met one of my childhood heroes. I don't know about you, but if you know anything about African football, this guy was the most mesmerizing player on the planet. I went to meet him in Cameroon because I was working for this guy. I went to talk to leaders, and this guy was there talking to them about professionalism. Then I have met some most amazing people. But most importantly, I do what I love to do, and I get paid for it, okay? I go to places where I am celebrated. Now, this has been my challenge. After doing all this stuff, getting all this, then I ask myself a question. How can I turn this into something that is actionable for you to be able to use and get immediate results? Because guess what? I have 1,000 hours, thousands of hours, okay, doing presentations, seminars, and trainings and consultations, okay? I have hours creating slides. I have hours talking to people. I have, a total breakdown of knowledge for full-time 14 years. Then I said, supposing I get this stuff, put it into a step-by-step framework that is teachable. What kind of impact would I have? The results of that thought was a breakdown of the exact steps to start and build your successful consulting online training business right now, okay? Why? Because it makes a difference. My question to you is, would you like to see how it works? If you do, give me a thumbs up in the chat box and tell me, yes, coach, give it to me. If you'd like to see how it works, tell me in the chat box right now. Okay, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, Balitz, Victor, Granville, amazing, amazing. Okay, let's dive into this. Right here is the winning framework. Okay, this is the winning framework. This is what has made me a lot of money. This is what my students have used to make a lot of money. This is what most great trainers out there use and consultants. This is the winning framework. Number one, winning beforehand. Know thyself. These two parts, master the invisible game and knowing beforehand, will make you more money than these other two. Okay? These two parts will make you more money than these other two parts, because this is where it all happens. Okay? Then, of course, number one is winning beforehand. Number two, master the invisible game, the psychology of consulting and speaking and online courses. Okay? And then, of course, the performance and course creation. How do you create your product? How do you create your course? How do you show up? How do you perform in your videos? How do you serve other people? And then, of course, the business online, okay, the business side of things. How do you set yourself up to win? How do you make it a business that makes you money? By the way, if you're on this call right now and you're thinking, you know what, I came on because I have some passion, I just want to help people. Hey, guess what? You cannot sustain the message if you're broke. You got to create a business that is going to make sure that you can get to more people. You can't get to more people and get your message out if you're broke, okay? So that is why we discuss the business side of things. How do you scale up? How do you get people into your business so that you can go on to make money? Now, before we dive in, okay, it is important that I have the right people here, okay? Let's just get a little bit real here. I asked you earlier, I said to you, I want you to look around, look at your environment, look at the people who love you, look at all the people who depend on you, your children, your husband, your wife, look at all of them, okay? And I want you to ask yourself a question. Have I done my best? If the time comes and I'm 65, 70, 80 years old and my children ask me about what I did during this era, will I be happy with my results right now? Because I want to be your coach, I want to be your friend, I want to be your mentor, but I also hold you at a high level because I know that is the only way we get results, okay? Now, this is not for you if you're looking for a get-rich-quick way. If you don't want to put in the work, if you don't want to do something to build yourself and work on your mental side and work on your psychology, and you expect to just get out there and think that you're going to get money, now is the time for you to clock out. I want you to just, log out and go look after your chickens or something, okay? Number two, if you have no desire to impact the world positively, if you don't want to make a difference, if you don't want to do things in a positive way, I totally believe that help enough people get what they want and you get what you want. The world is so full of negative stuff right now. We need more positive energy. And right now, you might be the person who brings that positive energy, okay? If you're not willing to challenge the status quo, if you've been in a position where you were told the traditional way is the only way, you have to have a degree, you have to wait until you're old to make money, you have to go to this school and that school, you have to remain, quiet. Hey, I want you to be able to challenge the status quo and say, you know what? I know some stuff. I want to challenge what I've been told. I want to do something different, okay? I also want to tell you, this is not for you if you have never felt a desire to make your life better for the sake of others. Please remember, every time you step up, the people who look at you as a role model, the people who look at you as somebody who is up there, you give them permission to also step up, okay? And most importantly, if you don't believe that it's your duty to make a lot of money and help those who love you, your children, and those who look up to you as role models along the way, if you don't believe it is your duty, I want you to log out right now, go have a cup of tea and take a rest, because this will not be for you. So my question to you at this stage would be, do you agree that for any next level accomplishment, something must change in your life, especially right now with this corona reset? If you do agree, give me a thumbs up in the chat box right now and tell me, yes, coach, I do agree. Come on, people, talk to me. Tell me that you do agree that something must change for you to accomplish anything special. Wonderful. Okay, so let's go. My next question is learning the business of consulting and building your confidence a vital tool to your general success? I will assume that that is a yes. Okay, now, this is definitely for you if, number one, you know and feel deep inside you it is your time. Number two, you're tired of trying and failing. You're tired of being frustrated and overwhelmed. You know, there's a lot of stuff out there. If you want to totally pass all that stuff, then this is for you. If you know you have a desire to impact the world in a positive way, this is for you. If you're ready to break free of employment and take your consultancy to the next level, and or just start, even if you're a newbie and you just, you've always wanted to start entrepreneurship, but you didn't know, and it doesn't matter what business it is, you can get something from here. Most importantly, if you want to start your international consultancy business. Now, let us get into this, the winning framework. I am going to be going fast. I hope you have a pen and paper. I hope you're good to go, because I'm not going to stop. I want to give you as much as I can in the little time that we have together here, okay? Number one, in the framework, there's 4 steps, okay? 4 steps, step 1, 2, 3, and 4. Step number 1, win beforehand by knowing thyself, okay? Let me explain. Most people who have come into this business and they fail miserably because they don't understand these 2 things. Number 1, your niche or niche, and or your avatar. And number 2, your signature speech, okay? Let me explain. The power of clarity is so important. Okay, again, I was looking at so many failing consultants and speakers. You look at their profile and they say, I am a hypnotherapist who helps people to start their business and go to the moon and get meditation. Also, I help them with exercise and flexibility. And you're thinking, what the hell do you actually do? Now, the power of clarity, there's nothing as important as the power of clarity. And I'll give you a quick story before we start. For a long time when I started, for about 8 years when I started into this business, I was the generalist, I was doing everything, okay? I was the guy you would call up, when people wanted a motivation speaker, Coach Phil. When they wanted to talk about relationships, Coach Phil. When they wanted to talk about, how to survive at school, Coach Phil. When they wanted to talk about money saving, Coach Phil. Guess what? I continued to be a general practitioner and nobody ever called me for the big deals, okay? Why? Because I was a master of nothing. I was a generalist, okay? Why? I was never a specialist at anything. Let me tell you something, why you need to pick a niche, okay? Before I even tell you how, this is why you need to pick a niche. The man who chases 2 rabbits catches none. Okay, you can never be called the master of anything. I want you to look at all the people you follow, all the people you listen to. When you think about leadership, who comes first? John Maxwell. When you think about high performance, who comes? When you think about a lady Christian speaker, who do you think about? Joyce Meyer. When all these people have got a niche, what is your niche? Okay. Next, specialists earn more money, they get more respect and have more fun. Think about it, a specialist, a brain surgeon and a general doctor. Who's got more clients? Of course, the brain surgeon. Who's got a better office? Of course, the guy who's a brain surgeon. Who gets paid more? Okay, why? Because this guy is a specialist. Okay, most importantly, general practitioners, their marketing is not as sharp as a guy who is what? A specialist, okay? Their connection is not easy. But most importantly, it is hard to be the best in the world at multiple things. You got to pick one thing and then go and say, I'm going to master this and be the best at this. You'll be surprised. When I was a practitioner, I used to be frustrated, and then I would be in people's offices and guys would tell me, so coach, how much do you charge? I was even not confident enough because I was not an expert. I would say, oh, what is your budget? How much do you want to pay me? Now I tell you straight in your face, this is what it's going to cost you. Probably later on, I'll tell you more about that. Why? Because I picked a niche, I stuck to it, I have mastered the niche, I continuously get better at this niche, and this is what I want to share with you. Now, how do you pick your niche? Number one, I want you to decide today. Okay, I want you to do this exercise. It might be the best thing you ever do for yourself. Why? Many people fail because they never get this right. I want you to take some time and write down 5 industries that you know and or love, or you have grown up in. Okay, now let me explain. This might also be where you've worked, or it might be that, let us say you when you were growing up, you know your father was a dentist, and you used to work there in holidays, so you know everything about the dentist practice. Okay, maybe that could be something that you know, or it could be that you had an uncle who used to be in logistics. Whatever it is, I want you to write down. But also, if you want to find out what you're really interested in the ones that you love, go and look at your browsing history. Okay, or if I gave you let us say I gave you $100 today, and I told you to go and buy five magazines. No, let us say 3 magazines. Okay, I give you the $5, you go and buy 3 magazines, and then I come to you 3 months later and I give you the same amount of money to go and buy another 3 magazines. You will notice that you will pick the same magazines over and over again, because in there there's industries that interest you, that you love, that make your heart sing. Okay, the next part, and this is crucial, I want you to ask yourself, what skills do I know and have, or what skills can I learn? Please remember, unless you are above 70 years old, you have no excuse. You can learn anything right now. Why? Everything has been leveled. Most importantly, the most beautiful, the most inexpensive, the best university on the planet is free of charge. And that university is called Google, and it's your friend, okay? And now I want you to go and write down, what does the market need? And this is the most important part. This is where many people, consultants, get it wrong. They go and study some stuff, and then they say, oh, I love body massage. Oh, no, a great one. Oh, I love grooming cats. Hey, if you like grooming cats, but you live in an area where people eat cats, sorry for those cat lovers, then you have no business. Why? All the cats have been eaten up. So nobody is going to have business for you. You got to ask yourself a question. What does the market need? Okay, I love dentistry. I have skills of talking to dentists and helping them to grow their business. What is lacking there? Dentists are very busy. They don't know how to get online. They don't know how to promote. Guess what? I am going to help them to promote. That's your niche. Okay, now my question to you would be, before we go anywhere, isn't this important to do? I want you're going to get this guide at the end of the seminar. Those of you who step to the end, I want you to immediately, don't even waste time. Tony Robbins says the best way to achieve a goal is to write it in the place where you have heard about it, write it and take a step. So I want you today to go and do this exercise, because it will change your life completely. Okay, now, next question would be, would you agree that doing this is a better approach to winning? If you do agree, give me a thumbs up in the chat box right now and tell me, yes, coach, I agree. This is a winning way. Okay. As you're doing that, I would go to the next one. Your signature message. Okay. This is what we call your business growth marketing blueprint. This is what changes everything, but also this is what attracts the right people to you. Okay. Please remember, when you get a niche and you become an expert, guess what? When people are looking for the experts, they get attracted to you. Okay, let me explain to you. The moment after my session with Les Brown, I then said, you know what? I'm going to learn everything there is to learn about this industry. You have no idea. So I started to dig in. I started to study all these guys, all the guys you can think about, from a Les Brown to Tony Robbins to a Jack, all these guys. I was listening to them, and if anybody came to London, I was there. I borrowed money. I said, you know what? I will attend all these guys' sessions. Joyce Meyer, Jack Canfield, all these guys. I was attending, and After 2-3 years of listening to these guys, I noticed something, that these guys told the same freaking story every time they started a presentation. I was like, oh. Then I started to dig deep. Then I started to look up at them about 5 years later, before I met them, they were telling the same story. Then I had, before that, they were telling the same message. I was like, wow. Then I realized these guys have got the same signature message that attracts the right people to them. They've had the same one for 20. Tony Robbins has told the same story for 40 years. Les Brown going on 30 years. These guys have had the same story. Those of you who know Brendan Burchard, he has told the same story for 12 years. You got to live, love, matter, okay? Les Brown has told the same story. I was adopted with my twin brother. We were found on the floor, and then I went on to be hungry as a DJ. The same story. I was like, wow. Then when I started to look at their same stories, I realized these guys follow a certain formula. Their stories are designed to capture you. That means that their message, when they're marketing to you, is the same thing. My question to you is, do you have one? Okay? Because your highly engaging signature message is what makes you attractive. Okay? Understanding the formula for creating a great message or speech is your success. Okay? And I'm here to tell you that you can begin now and start making money right now. Okay? Because your signature speech is always your gold mine. It is always evolving. It is evergreen. And the most important part is it touches the heart and the head. Let me explain to you. Every one of these guys have got the ability to create signature messages. They start off by touching your heart. Okay? Joyce Myers told the same story. I was in an abusive relationship. Boom. He gets it. Why? Because most of his clients would know a little bit about it, or they were in it, or they know somebody about it. Okay? Les Brown will tell you the same thing. I was struggling, okay? I was sleeping in my office, okay? Why? Most consultants would go through that, okay? But he has got a story to be able to capture you, capture the heart, okay? Then go on, because all of them do that. They start a story, they capture your heart. And then they tell you the character realization, what they went through to get to understand who they are now. Then they tell you these are the steps you got to take. That is what we call the head content. And then, of course, they finish up with a mantra and something that gets you to take action. That right there is your signature message. My question to you right now would be, do you agree that not only will this help your content have more impact, isn't it easy to start with a great roadmap and be sure for success? If it is easy, tell me if it makes sense in the chat box right now. Come on, people, talk to me. Shed, Victor, Samantha, come on, tell me. All right, if it makes sense, tell me. Yes, it makes sense. Wonderful. Let's go. When presented with a better, easier way, do you keep doing what you've been doing, or do you change your approach? If you do understand what that means, tell me in the chat box. Let's go to number 2. And I think that this is one of the most important parts of you beginning to build, of you becoming a world-class speaker consultant. Let me explain. You must earn the rights internally. When I got this was the deal breaker for me. This is what catapulted me and got me out of all the mistakes. Let me explain. You are caught up in a position where you're always consistently torn up. Okay, you say you want to become a great consultant, but you sleep too much. You say that, you know what, I'm going to do whatever it takes to make a lot of money, but you have no integrity. You don't save. You buy dumb stuff. You have 1,000 pairs of shoes, okay? You say, you know what, I'm going to look after myself, but then you drink like crazy. You don't work out, and you're lazy. Then, you know, you one side of you always says, you know what, I'm going to discipline myself, and I'm going to, you know, clean up my room and be clean. And then after 2-3 months, you know, your house is like a pigsty. Why? Because you have a conflict on the inside, okay? You have a conflict on the inside, and you know, okay, it's called cognitive dissonance. What does that mean? That means that the conflict does not agree with what you want. You say you want to do this, but the other half of you says, no, you can't do it. That means that until you take it upon yourself to say, you know what, I'm going to work on my internal perspective, rather than look for things outside, rather than go for another course, rather than go for the next book, rather than go and look at a priest and get whatever. Now is the time for you to say, you know what? I'm going to go inside. I'm going to believe in myself. I'm going to change my beliefs about who I am, what I can do, and then get out and make it happen, because until that closes, you always have a challenge. Now, what does that mean? That means the psychology of winning is important. You have to get new beliefs. Those beliefs, you got to write them down. I'll give you the greatest way to get new beliefs, okay? I want you to go and write down all your goals and dreams. After you write down your dreams, you say, okay, out of these dreams, I want to own a house in 5 years' time, my beautiful dream house. I say, okay. Then I go and turn those dreams into goals. I write down, okay, in 2025, I own a beautiful house on the beach in Malta, whatever, okay? Now, after that, you turn the goal into an affirmation. What does that mean? You write, I am consistently achieving my goals and building my beautiful house on the beach. You say this 3-4 times a day, every day. What does that mean? That means that it will become a belief, because you are consistently saying it and going past that little voice that doesn't believe. But in saying it, you're also getting out and working on it and building your business and doing whatever it takes. That means you get out of the old belief of saying, oh no, I can't do it, to the new belief of saying, you know what, with action, something is possible. Okay, you must create a new identity. I'll tell you a quick story. I was born and bred in the most beautiful part of the world. There's a beautiful city on the planet. It's called Ginger. And every time that I get some free time, which I haven't had in a long time, I go down to this beautiful place. And there's some people I grew up with. Okay, and you know, one night I go to visit these guys, and we're hanging out, and then comes about 8:30, and I tell the guys, you know what, guys, I gotta go to bed. And you know, 18 years ago, before I left that place, we used to drink until we were, you know, until the cows came home. But now I can't, because I've got a different mission. I've got a different identity. So I said to them, I got to leave. And then they go crazy. Like, what? What's wrong with you? Who do you think you are these days? You know what? Man, you've changed. You've changed. Yes, you've changed. And in my heart, I was smiling, because yes, I have changed. Yes, I'm a different person. The person I was 10 years ago is not the person I am now. Because the person I was 10 years ago could not be the person who could help you to build, could not be the person who can do what I'm doing right now. And it is okay. It is okay to change. It is okay to become somebody else. That new identity has got to earn the right to achieve the dreams that you can. Because if you were the person who was going to achieve your dreams right now, you would already have them. But you got to become somebody else. You got to reinvent yourself and earn the right by saying, you know what? I keep my word. I work hard. I put in 14 hours. I keep integrity. I look after myself, because then the universe will conspire to support the new you. The psychology of becoming a world-class consultant starts before you even open up. Then, of course, the heart of service. Serve like there's never been served before, okay? Have a big reason why. Why do you do what you do? If your reason is not strong enough, you're going to struggle. Most importantly, have empowering beliefs of master speakers and trainers and consultants. Why? Because those beliefs, those empowering beliefs, are what are going to get you through the hard stages when it is hard. Because yes, it gets hard, but on the other side of that, that is where things happen. Now, I can tell you right now, you can start your online course, your online consulting right now, without an existing brand, without a best-selling book, without a blog, without a podcast, without social media following, without name recognition, without online presence. Why? How do I know? I know because that is how I started. I also know because I have 2-3 friends who have none of this, but they're doing absolutely amazingly in their consultancy. Why? Some people are caught up wasting a lot of time on things that do not actually make a difference. Now, my question to you would be, when presented with a better, easier way, do you keep doing what you've always done, or do you change your approach if you are smart? If this makes sense to you, give me a thumbs up in the chat box right now. Where is everybody? Where is everybody? If it makes sense, tell me yes, it does make sense. Yes, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, let's go to number 3. All right, please remember that the first 2 will make you more money than anything else. Okay, when you master thyself, when you get your niche, when you prepare before, because you can't serve people that you don't understand. Okay, you can. Now, when those two are in place, then magic begins to happen. Okay, you go to the next one, which we call the performance, the world-class trainers, and where you do your course creation. This is where we help you to say, hey, how do you step up? How do you show presence? What kind of state do you have to be in? Now, how many of you have bought courses and the trainer starts to teach and you get bored? You never finish that course because there was no presence from the trainer. Most importantly, their state was not right and they were using the wrong formula. They did not understand that adults love to be trained via something called edutainment. That is the only way that adults learn. They also learn through stories. Have you included stories? Do you know where to include them, how to include them? Okay, let me tell you a quick story. When I started to do this, because I started off as a coach, I did all the NLP stuff and I became a one-on-one coach. Then somebody whispered in my ear, one of my coaches at the time, and said, you know what? The only way to grow this business is you got to become a speaker. You got to speak on stage. I said, why? He said, in the one-to-one situation, you're coaching one person, but on stage, you're coaching many people, and that is where the money is. I said, bingo. I said, why not? So I went and studied everything to do with speaking. But like everything else, initially, when you learn from people, sometimes you only get the surface stuff. You never get the deep stuff. So one time I go for a session, okay, for a training, and I left and I was like, you know what? I don't know if I spent my money and time well. And then I went and attended Breakthrough to Success by Tony Robbins. My God. First of all, it was like a rock concert. There was 10,000, 12,000 people at this place. I'm thinking, what the hell? And then we were put in groups and then, oh man. And then what? And then we entered the room. There was music, there was light, there was what? And then we waited for this. This guy made us wait for about an hour. And then he comes on stage and he's like a chihuahua on crack. He was big. He was in stage. He said, everybody stand up. His voice was like echoing everybody. Everybody got up. Then we started to clap and dance. And I realized, damn, this is the best training I've ever attended. Why? State. The man's state was amazing. Most importantly, the presence. He was 110% present. He wasn't thinking about anything else. I left that because I said, you know what? I'm going to be the best trainer on the planet because I understood edutainment and I understood presence and state. Anytime you get up to speak, whether it is on the phone call or whatever, people can feel your state. People can feel how you're communicating, especially adults. If you don't edutain them, they will not learn that much. You all know that some of your best lectures were with those crazy lectures who entertained you, but you learned a lot, didn't you? My question to you then would be, if you knew this and worked on it, would it improve your abilities tremendously? If you agree, give me a thumbs up in the chat box right now as we go to the next part, which is the business side of things. Hey, by the way, how are you guys doing? Is this making sense? Are you getting some value from this? If you are, give me a thumbs up in the chat box right now so that I know I have the right people on the session today. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on. Okay, you do agree, Shed. Okay, where's everybody else? Where's everybody else? Do you agree that this would improve your stuff? Okay, Granville, Lydia, okay. Wonderful. Okay, let's do this. Now, let's talk about the business side of things. Before we talk about business, let me also tell you something, okay? When I started out of this, I'm going to tell you something that some of you might not like, but it's a fact. Public speakers are broke. Let me say that again. Public speakers are broke. Coach, oh my God, how could you say that? I thought you were a public speaker. No, I am not. I am a trainer. Why? There's two differences. Public speakers want to impress you. They want to talk about themselves. They want to show up and look good. Trainers on the other side train you so that there is behavior change, so that they get you to change your behavior positively by giving you so much value, by challenging you, by pushing you, but most importantly, by inspiring you to do it yourself, okay? Motivation speaking is for amateurs, okay? No, you inspire people from the inside, because when somebody is fired up on the inside, have you ever heard somebody says, oh man, when that lady has got her heart on something, she's unstoppable. You've heard that before, haven't you? The reason why is because from inside you are unstoppable. Okay. Now let's talk about business. Okay. Again, for a long time, I used to be, one of those, guys who would say, you know what, I do freebie stuff. I got to do a lot of free stuff, and I used to go and help out. And then again, guys would say, so coach, how much do you want? And they would give me $500 and stuff like that. And I'd think, damn, you know what, is this the way to think? And I was broke for a long time, years I'm talking about. Why? I didn't understand this is a business. And then I started to notice and follow some guys, and I saw that they were growing faster, quicker, and making more money. I was thinking, what are they doing different? They treated it as a business. And I was like, I'm going to learn everything there is to learn about the business. Most importantly, about online courses. Why? It is one of the easiest ways to become a multi-millionaire right now, okay? And I'm going to tell you why. Number one, when you start to look at it as a business, I heard from Vusi. Vusi is a South African speaker, consultant, trainer. He's an amazing guy. He said one time, I think I had one of his speeches, he said, you know what? There's a reason why you don't talk to me when you're booking this. Why? Because I have got a team that looks at this as a business, okay? Jay-Z, and again, I heard it from Vusi, said, Jay-Z is a billionaire better than most producers out there. Why? Because he looked at it as a much bigger business. He's got an office in New York with a team of guys who look at it as growing a business. Why is that important? You cannot sustain the message if you're broke. That is why we bring you this, to help you to set it up as a message, as a business, so that what? We give you world-class mentorship and coaching. You must get that. Why? There's a lot of mediocrity out there. It will keep you in the bottom half, okay? That is the 80% of coaches who are making nothing, okay? Number two, your branding has got to be amazing. It has got to be where it is hard to pretend, okay? You be the kind of person where people look at you, they see you, and they're like, you know what? There's certain level of standard. Do not do cheap stuff. Set yourself up to be of a high standard. Why? People will pay you for the value you give them, but most importantly, what your brand represents, okay? Don't do cheap stuff, okay? Use the long-term approach, the lifespan of a client. This is what we teach you when we go deeper with you from building your consultancy. Every client is $1 million client. Give them so much value, they will stay with you on their journey, and your job is to create products for them, build a tribe, most importantly, value. Value. Now, I promised you I was going to give you two things that will help you in terms of understanding the business side of things. Number one, again, when I mastered this, I was like, wow, the business cannot be sustained if you don't have continuous people coming in. We call this what? Building a funnel. How do you do it? Guess what? There's a formula to it. It is called the OVO, okay, in simple terms. And I want you to, when you master this, it will begin to build your business like nothing else, okay? OVO means that you create a funnel where you give people value first, okay? All of you have been in a situation where you see something interesting online, somebody has advertised to you, and then they say to you, hey, if you want this information, you got to give me your information and your email address. Somebody knows what that is, yes? Don't you? Okay. What is that? That is called the opt-in page. You go to the opt-in and they say, what? You have your 50% there. Give me your email address, and then I'll give you what? I'll give you what you want. The next part to the OVO is the V, which is the value. Whatever you asked for, they give you so much value. But what have they done? They've gotten you into their system, okay? They've gotten you as a client now, and if they give you so much good value, then they will continuously give you value, and when you are warmed up enough, they will make an offer to you. OVO, opt-in, value, offer. Why is that important? You got to build the business, guys. There's no two ways about it. From today, I want you right now, when we finish here, I want you to go and say, I have got these 10 things that I can teach my niche, okay? The 10 points to do this, the 10 points of improving your relationship, the 10 points of learning this, whatever it is, do a PDF and then do an opt-in page and say, hey, I have got this that would help you to understand how to do ABCD. If you want it, give me your email address and I'll send it to you. Then when they give you their email address, you send it to them. But guess what? When you send it to them, you continue to send them great value. After you've made them nice and warm, guess what? Make them an offer. That is what they call building the business, okay? And then I'll give you one last, one other tool, okay? It is called the value ladder, okay? And this is amazing. When you get this right, it will change your life forever, okay? The value ladder means that you get people into your system by giving them something that might start out to be cheap, okay, in quotes, but most importantly, it builds up to the next thing. I'll give you, for example, I like to help dentists, okay? If you have any dentist friends out there, send them to me. I'll help them grow their business. This is what a great dentist would do, all right? They would say, hey, by the way, you can come and do moderate teeth cleaning free of charge, all right? Or you can say it's going to cost you $10 just to clean your teeth, okay? Now, when any person comes to clean teeth, okay, you know what happens. They're going to clean your teeth and you're going to feel good about it. But after cleaning, you're looking at the doctor's wall and he's showing you, oh, teeth whitening, and then filling up your teeth, and then, removing teeth, and say, you might say, you know what? Oh, doctor, my teeth are not as white as I want them to be. Maybe I should do teeth whitening. The next level up of teeth whitening is not $10, it's $500. But after teeth whitening, guess what? You want to maintain them. Now, if you come back for a second visit, guess what? Rather than the $10 you paid before, because now you've whitened your teeth, guess what? You probably will have to pay another $150. The value ladder means that everything keeps going up in what? In price. That is how you get people in. That is how you serve them. But remember that if, for example, somebody has got a better smile, they feel good about themselves and making a little bit more money, they want to spend a bit more money on you. Next, they're going to come and say, doctor, I want a gold teeth. I know somebody who wants that. When you give them the gold teeth, that is not $500. That is now $700. The value ladder, you started at 10 or free. You went to 500. You went to 700. You are providing a service. You are providing value for your clients. Okay. My question then to you would be, if this doesn't set you apart, okay, doesn't this make you a unique human being? If it does, and you totally agree with me, give me a thumbs up in the chat box right now and say, yes, this would set me apart for success, and I'm not going to be a follower, I am going to be different, okay? Tell me that, yes, you do agree in the chat box right now so that I can know I still have the right people online. Wonderful, wonderful. Samantha, Lydia, Rita. Wonderful. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. So far on this training, damn, we've covered some stuff, okay? Winning beforehand, your niche, your signature speech, your story, the psychology of speaking, okay? How you can start now, the championship performance, your state, your presence, your detainment, the business, setting up to win, excellence, authenticity. My God, we've covered some stuff. Now, my question is, do you think your family, your audience, your followers, your team, everybody who looks up to you, do you think they deserve to step up so that you can act right now to begin to change things for them? Because every moment you deny it to them is a moment you are already participating in their desperate, okay? So let's do something about it without mediocrity. Do you promise that you can do something easier, better, and build your thing, okay? If you do agree, congrats to you, because I totally salute you if you've decided to do something together that is going to make you an awesome there. Now, my question to you is, was our time enjoyable for you? Tell me in the chat box right now if our time together was enjoyable for you so far, because we've been here an hour already. All right, has it been enjoyable for you? Talk to me in the chat box right now and tell me, yes, coach, it has been enjoyable. Not, if it doesn't, you might as well tell me, okay? Now, have you also found it valuable? Are you glad you came today? If you found it valuable and you're glad you came today, tell me, yes, coach, I'm glad I came today. And do you feel more comfortable starting and building your confidence and business as a world-class speaker, trainer, consultant, and make some serious money? If you do, tell me in the chat box that, yes, coach, I am more confident, okay? Have you already come up with some good ideas? Already feel excited about implementing in your business and life right now, where you say, you know what, coach, I've got one or two things that I know I can implement straight away? And is it fair to say that these techniques would give a significant advantage in your business competition right now, okay? If you do agree with all of those, tell me in the chat box. Tell me, yes, you know what? I got some good ideas. You have no idea. And also, I feel much more comfortable, okay, to make this happen, okay? It's a birthday, and this was a gift to myself. Hey, Samantha, happy birthday to you, my dear. Happy birthday. Have you already come up with some good ideas? you feel that your business is going to go to the next level? Because like Betty here, okay, she's a managing director of Royal Training and Consulting. She's doing amazing stuff. I want you to go and check her out on Facebook. She has her thing going on there. You know, this is what she said when she interacted. I love the energy from Coach Phil, okay, and the team. They are really passionate and in every way, they ensure you get it right before training ends. You bet we do, okay? I want you to meet another amazing human being, okay? His name is Florentin Delopeno. He's the, right now, he used to be the MD for Total Uganda and we interacted. He's now the man in charge of strategy for Total worldwide. This is what he said. He said, this training is transformational and life-changing, okay? And most importantly, it's not my birthday, it's somebody else's birthday, okay? Everyone needs places. You go deep on yourself. Coach Phil is an awesome trainer. There is never a dull moment. Now, let me ask you a question. If you followed what I shared with you, 1, your niche and signature speech. Number 2, your psychology of online course creation. Number 3, the performance of course, of the performance and course creation. Number 4, the business of online courses. Do you know you too can be super successful? Okay, because if you do, then right place. Okay, don't you wonder how much more you will make when you master the online consulting business? Don't you? Because I can tell you it's a lot of money. Okay, a lot of money. Now the other question is, what would you invest to get started on this right away? Okay, why? Because yes, there is a reason why. The information I just shared with you is a lot of information, but that's the tip of the iceberg. But this information, you look at all these people. What information, they use information to get out, okay? In the rounds, this information is worth more than $50,000 just in the year that you do this stuff, okay? Now that is very small an amount because it is much more than that, okay? Bussy, Tony Robbins, and by the way, if you have watched The Secret, if you haven't watched, I want you to go and watch The Secret and see this lady, the way she was then and the way she is now. Right now, she's a multi-millionaire. They're two totally different people. You remember when I said to you, you have to become a different person. You have to change your identity. You have to reinvent yourself. She's done that, and it is amazing for her, okay? I want you guys to go check her out. It's exactly what I was telling you. So, whilst I was coming up with this course, I had 2 choices, okay? This afternoon, I was like, okay, I can come and teach you guys and, you know, give you everything that you need about how to become a great consultant, speaker, you know, and then I can, you know, let you go with what I've given you, and, you know, you could start somewhere and you could do something, okay? And I hope that you do actually go and implement, okay? And there is some, you know, if you push through, you might get some kind of success, okay? But then the other choice was that, you know what? Rather than leave you to that, how about take personal responsibility for success? How about I say, you know what? I'm going to be there by your side. I'm going to become responsible for what is going on. I'm going to be by your side. I'm going to give you everything there is. I'm going to show you the ropes. I'm going to show you the mistakes, everything that there is, okay? How to start, how to build, what to avoid, what works, what doesn't work, what is time wasting, where do you get what tools, all that stuff. That is the second choice I had, and that is the choice I. That's why I say, with great pleasure, I introduce to you the Consulting and Online Training with Audacity program, okay? This is where your voice changes everything, okay? Let me introduce you to the world-class consultants and trainers training, okay? Hey, this is a 7 weeks online training course for complete mastery of consulting and online business, okay? This is your ultimate framework. I tell you what, it is changing lives across the world. I cannot sing louder, okay? I will sing until the cows come home, because you can start growing today, right now, okay? In the 7 weeks, you get a step-by-step framework, system approach for starting and growing your online consultancy today, okay? You will outcompete the competition because you'll be using the right stuff, okay? You will get a solid foundation, like I've just said to you, okay? To start now while offering more value to your audiences quickly, easily, more than you have ever thought possible. Let me just tell you what happens, okay? With this, what you actually get is that in week 1, we go deep in foundations and setting you up to win. Why? When you get the foundations right, winning becomes easy. Okay. Number 2, we teach you how to conquer your mountain. Okay. How? By the psychology of how to take your mountain, that is your niche, by the scruff and say, I'm going to own it. Why? I deserve it. That is why we go deep in your personal stuff and you reinvent yourself and you become the person who deserves it. That week for me is life-changing, okay? Number 3, then we say, okay, what is your offer? This is week 3, where we start saying, okay, what do you want to offer? What product are you coming up with? This is where we get into product creation. So you begin to say, this is what I'm taking out to the public. This is what I'm going to sell. And then week 4, this is the most interesting part when it comes to building the business. How do you attract clients, okay? How do you set up the funnels? This is what we call it, client attraction on steroids, okay? Whether you know or not, okay, it is not magic. It is not rocket science. We'll teach you everything when it comes to Facebook, whatever it is, you learn in week number 4. That is module 4. And then week number 5, we go into the sales and persuasion. Remember, the business is about selling. We teach you how to sell and persuade like a pro. Even if you've never sold anything in your life, you will learn how to get people on the phone, and you will have one phone conversation and you get them into your funnel. But we'll also teach you other things, webinars and stuff like that, so that you can get your stuff going, okay? Number 6, we say, how do you defend your mountain? How do you deliver service like a world-class person? Why? When you deliver great service, guess what? Then people begin to come to you like the word of mouth gets fire. There's a great saying which says, there is no traffic after the extra mile. I want you to think about that. And then, of course, week number 7, we get into the mastery of the speaking industry. How do you speak? How do you set up? How do you come up with great presentations? How do you teach? How do you do all this stuff, okay? All this in 7 weeks, and we guarantee you that in 50 days, you will get your first client. Now, it even gets better. Every week, okay, you get a live weekly call-in call for coaching, okay? You will be speaking to either myself or any of my other trainers, and we answer all your questions, okay? Why? We're here to look, we're obsessed with your success. We want you to implement in real time, okay? We want you to be able to implement what we've talked to you about in real time, so that what? You're making money, you're getting out there, and it is working for you. Now, as you may have figured, the type of information I first shared with you is just a small portion of what this whole thing is about and what my clients get, okay? Now, listen, all of these guys have been watching, all the guys who have come through the courses with me and the coaching and things. These guys have made over $800,000 and they're just starting. This is just the start, okay? Now, I know, and actually one guy has not told me how much he's making. This guy is called Cobus. Cobus is making a lot of money, but he hasn't updated me. I know he's making a lot of money, okay? Now, if I were to price what I'm about to teach you, what I'm about to give you, I have no challenge in asking for 5,000, 6,000, 10,000, even 4,000 right now, right here. However, today I'm not asking you for nothing, okay? Why? I'm in the business of making it easy for you, but also I'm in the business of not selling to people who are not going to make it happen, okay? This is the deal. And it's not for everyone. Why? I know so many people, they go and get courses, they never put in the work, it never works for them. And then what? You have a track record of saying, oh, I sold to 100 people and only 2 people made it happen. No. I want to know that you deserve it. I want to know that you're serious. I want to know that you're fit for this, okay? Because it's not for everybody. That's why it is an only invitation situation right now. I want you, if you want to take this to the next level, build your life, start your consultancy, make money anytime, sleep while your business makes money, and have a business worldwide, I want you right now to give me your name and your email and telephone number in the chat box right now, because then you get an opportunity to talk with myself and one of my coaches. Actually, for this group, you will talk directly with me to work out if you qualify, okay? It's not for everybody, because not everybody qualifies to become a world-class consultant speaker, okay? Now, right now, all you got to do, if you want to, if you're interested, if you want to go to the next level, because you know it makes sense right now. You know it makes sense to become a consultant, start your business. By the way, it's not just a business. Whatever business, even if it's not consulting, you want to start your business online. You want to start, selling wigs online. You want to start selling bottles online. Whatever it is, in that call, we'll be able to not only guide you and give you so much information, you will also get a lot of clarity. It's actually one of the best calls you're ever going to get when it comes to talking about your business. Now, best of all, by signing up and qualifying straight away, if you do qualify, all right, you are going to get your hands on some really special bonuses. Let me explain. When you give me your name and email address and your telephone number, I am going to send you a link where you will book into my schedule for a phone call. Okay. Now the phone call is where it all starts, and I guarantee you it will be one of the best things you've done for yourself. Okay. Birthday girl, wherever you are, you got to do this because it will change your life forever. I guarantee you. Okay. Now, when you do that, okay, you will get yourself 2 great bonuses. First bonus is called Winner's Mindset for High Performance. Let me explain why this is crucial. Okay. For a long time, I used to do a lot of these trainings across the world, and what usually used to happen is I would train speakers and I would train people to get out and do things, but they would fail miserably. Okay, I would give them the skill of speaking, but they would fail miserably. And then I used to ask myself, why? Then I realized the mindset was not right. The mindset was not there. I was like, damn. So what did I do? I went and came up with the Winner's Mindset for High Performance online course. Why is this important? When you get the mindset right, because everything starts on the inside, then everything falls in place. In this course, in the mindset, you learn clarity. You get clarity of where you need to go, direction, what really juices you. Then this is the crucial part, the tools for high performance and productivity, okay? You will learn the habits and routines of successful entrepreneurs and leaders and how you too can achieve more in life and live to your full potential, okay? Then, of course, we talk about your health. Why? You got to look after yourself. Remember, I said to you, you have to earn the right to be able to do some of this stuff, okay? So right now, if you are the person who says, you know what, I'm sick and tired of the job. I'm sick and tired of being a consultant who's not making money. Now is the time for me to do what I have to do. Hey, guess what? Do what you have to do and give me your name and give me your email and your number. Let's get on the call, Sonja, and let's make this happen for you, okay? That's just bonus number 1. Bonus number 2, we get to speak, okay? You get not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 hours. How many? 5 personal hours between me and my other coaches, and we sit and talk about your business. We tell you everything there is to tell you about social media, how to set up, which websites to do, where to host, whatever. Everything that you need is on me, is on the line. And guess what? Usually I charge 5,000 people for people to see me on a one-to-one. Guess what? You're getting 5 of those free of charge. Just to remind you, this Winner's Mindset is 1,250. That's the value. And of course, the other ones are 5,000. On average, how much are you selling? $6,250, okay? All you got to do is give me your email address right now and your telephone number. I cannot tell you how pleased you will be, okay? Because if you do qualify, everything else changes for you. Everything else changes for you. I can tell you that. Give me your email address. Give me your number. Let's get on the call. By the way, like I said, the call might also be the best thing the best conversation you ever had about your business. Now, I know there's some of you out there and you're saying, is this for me? Is this not for me? Let me break it down for you. This course is right for you if, number 1, you feel a moral and ethical responsibility to get your business up and running right now. You're sick and tired of things not working, okay? Number 2, if you feel it is time for you to upgrade your life, okay? Your status, to serve the world, most importantly, to get your message out there, serve more people and make money doing it, okay? If you know it is a smart idea to use the best tools in communication and persuasion to grow your business right now, and if your heart gravitates towards becoming a world-class consultant and open up an international business wherever you are in the world, now is your time. Click on the button, give me your email address, give me your telephone number. Let's get on the call. Let's get going. I guarantee you, if whether it happens or not, on the call, 2 things will happen. If you're the right fit and I think that we can help you, then we'll make you an offer. If you're not, you still have gotten you. It is the best 20 minutes you'll ever spent on your business. I guarantee you that. And when you finish with that call, you will have some real action to go out there and do what you have to do. So just a reminder, look at these bonuses, guys. You cannot get this kind of value anywhere on the planet, okay? And I am giving this to you simply because you attended an amazing webinar. You're not paying nothing right now, okay? All you're doing is email, and guess what? When the email comes out, I need you to check by end of day today. Your email is going to get, you're going to get an email from me. You're going to go to my calendar. You're going to find time, if I still have time out there. You're going to fill it in, boom, and then we're good to go, all right? So Right now is round about the time that I will take all your questions. If you do have questions about the offer today, what we've spoken about, what we need to do, if there's anything that you might want to clarify, now is the time. I'm going to stick around until when we can answer all the questions that you have. However, if you don't have any questions, guess what? It has been an absolute pleasure spending time with you guys. I have had a blast. I don't know about you. I've enjoyed myself. Most importantly, I hope that you got something out of here. We honor you. We love you. We treasure you. I respect you. And I honor the fact that you've stayed all the way. And also, if you've managed to stay all the way and you've gotten some value, just think about if you're working with me full time, how much more value you would get. Okay? Just think about that. All right? And if that makes sense to you, now is the time. Give me your name. Give me your email, give me your number, and let's get your business going. Because I know from the bottom of my heart, I know that when you get your business going, everything else changes for you. Everything else changes for you. So let's get your business going. Let's get you firing up. Let's get you making money, serving and living a wonderful life. As usual, I will say to everybody that I meet, I want you to live strong, live with passion, and know that you have the audacity to live life on your terms. And this is one of the best ways to do it. So I love you. Have a great day. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Hello everyone from World Class Speakers Association. I just want to say thank you. Before I came to do the course, I wasn't really known, and I started this journey and wanted to speak in front of people. And it was daunting in the beginning because if you don't have the skills, it's difficult. You don't know how to, you need to learn. And then I came to World Class Speakers program, and it taught me everything that I needed to know. Phil, I just want to say, Coach, thank you for your input, thank you for your training and allowing me to grow into the #1 speaker in South Africa, I believe. You know, this opportunity helped me to grow, to speak in front of 6,000 people now in January in 2020. And it just took my speaking business to the next level. The feedback I got from people that saw me grow from the last few years is that it's amazing to see how I've grown as a speaker. And that is the greatest compliment I received. And it's all thanks to the World Class Speakers program. Thank you, Coach Phil. All of you guys, if you don't know what to do, please go put the investment in. You won't be sorry. It will literally change your life. It changed my life. And I've spoken across the world, from New Zealand to Hungary to Slovakia to the US to Spain. And it all started with Coach Phil in Uganda. Cheers. It's Cobus Visser with a C, cobusvisser.com. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, LinkedIn, and yeah, it's Cobus, COBUS BISSER. Please go follow me and follow my journey. Thank you, everyone. Cheers.
Hi, this is GK from Nairobi, Kenya. I attended the World Class Speakers training, and thanks to IP International for the amazing and transforming experience. The World Class Speakers training equipped me with real and working tools that I've been able to use, apply, and finally face my 3 greatest fears, which were fear of public speaking, fear of starting a business, and fear of making big goals in my life. So far, I have been able to confidently speak and train large audiences of up to 100 plus teams with ease and so much fun. I am able to make amazing and impactful presentation to our clients and business partners. Our consultancy business that we started a few years ago is growing at an incredible rate thanks to IP International. If you're looking for a training that will stretch